Hello, everyone. This is Pastor Carlos, and I want to say thank you for joining us again in this online message. I hope that you are good. I hope that you're gathering with your family to watch this message. As a review of what we talked about last week, we said um, that God sent a flood to restore the humanity, and we shared that this flood was the reason Noah was in quarantine. So, in today's message, we are going to continue with the second part of the story. So, Genesis chapter 8, verse 1 is the passage for today, and it says, But God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and the livestock that were with him in the ark. And he sent a wind over the earth, and the waters receded. Now the springs of the deep and the floodgates of the heavens had been closed, and the rain had stopped falling from the sky. The water receded steadily from the earth. At the end of the 150 days, the water had gone down. And one of the seventh day of the seventh month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Verse 5. The waters continued to recede until the 10th month, and on the first day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains became visible. After 40 days, Noah opened a window he had made in the ark and sent out a raven, and it kept flying back and forth until the water had dried up from the earth. Then he sent out a dove to see if the water had receded from the surface of the ground. But the dove could find nowhere to perch because there was water over all the surface of the earth. So it returned to Noah in the ark. He reached out his hand and took the dove and brought it back to himself in the ark. He waited 7 more days and again sent out the dove from the ark. When the dove returned to him in the evening, there in its beak was a fleshy plucked olive leaf. Then Noah knew that the water had receded from the earth. He waited 7 more days and sent the dove out again. But this time it did not return to him. By the first day of the first month of Noah's 601st year, the water had dried up from the earth. Noah then removed the covering from the ark and saw that the surface of the ground was dry. Part of what we shared last week is that Noah was in quarantine. We already said that. But how long Noah was in quarantine? The Bible gives us the information that it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. But how long were Noah and his family really in that giant boat? The verse 3 of this passage that we already read says, The water receded steadily from the earth. At the end of the 150 days, the water had gone down. 150 days is the second number that the Bible is giving us, and it is much more than double of what Noah expected. Noah expected only 40 days, and we're talking about 110 more days. But if you continue reading the story, this is not the final number. If you continue reading, you will find out that the final number is 365 days. Yeah, you heard me fine. 365 days. We're talking about 1 year. Can you believe it? Noah was 1 year in that giant boat. Hey, if I want this quarantine to finish, to end already with only 2 weeks, I cannot imagine 1 year. Now, picture this in your mind. Sleeping, eating, living in a zoo, day and night hearing weird animal sounds. Do you think Noah was resting? Do you think that Noah was in a cruise with his family taking a great time? I don't think so. But if we can say anything about Noah, is that he was a man of great patience. Um, he was a man of great patience. In addition to being the first greatest shipbuilder in history, yeah, he was a man of great patience. Of course, the story says that Noah occasionally sent a bird to see if there was a dry land, but neither him nor his family came out of the ark until God commanded. He waited. He was waiting with patience until that moment when God will let him know. However, Noah was a human being like you and me. And I want to think that he needed God. I want to think that he felt that there were times that that he felt that God was not uh, longer with him. That there were times that God no longer remembered him. Uh, Noah was a man, just a man. He could have thought, come on, it was supposed to be only 40 days, and it's been a year, almost a year. Yet he was still patient. So Noah had patience when he felt that a long time had passed. Noah had patience when he felt tired. Noah had patience in the midst of the desperate environment. Maybe this quarantine has felt longer, has felt uncomfortable, and we can say that we are finding this time hard. Not only because we are just inside our home, uh, but because we may have that feeling that we are not together, because we cannot go to the church every Sunday as we used to do it. Or perhaps because we cannot go out to our favorite restaurant or favorite store. Even I know that some of us are having a hard time financially since the job is down. Or simply because we weren't ready for this. And the more we think about it, the more weary, the more frustrating, desperate, and longer this quarantine feels. However, it is necessary to be patient because, again, this is one of many times in life that it'll be difficult to wait, but it is necessary to be patient. This is one of many times in life we will not understand, but it is necessary to be patient. This is one of many times in life it'll be uncomfortable, even if you don't have a zoo in your home, but it is necessary to be patient. We need to be patient. Romans 5:3 says, not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. In other words, what we are living, this quarantine, this pandemic, all of this, more than affecting us in any way, should be teaching us how to be more patient. Listen, how can we be patient when we feel that this quarantine has already lasted longer than we expected? How can we be patient when we already got tired from being locked up? How can we be patient when we feel that this quarantine is a repetitive daily routine? Well, I have always said that patience is not something we are born with. Patience is something that we learn in life. But this is the most important thing about patience. Patience, it is part of the fruit of the Spirit. Since Galatians 5:22 says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Let me ask you this. Why do you think that Noah was so patient? Because he has the Spirit of God with him. The Spirit, the Holy Spirit that we're talking about in Galatians 5:22 was with him. Yes, it is true that in our journey with God, there will be times where it'll be difficult to wait. But it is necessary to be patient because the Spirit of God is with all of us, with all of those who have believed in Jesus. So I want to leave you with this. This morning, after watching this online message, I would like to invite you to pray. Take a moment with your family to pray and ask God together for patience. Ask God together to wait in Him. Take a moment to ask the Lord, to say to the Lord, no matter how long, no matter how desperate, how weary or frustrating this quarantine may be, I will wait in you. And I want to tell you this. I want to assure you that I will also be praying for you and your family, that God may help us and teach us how to be more patient and wait in Him. So this is the message for today. This is what I wanted to share with you, and I hope this is a message that is blessing your life. And I just want to say, see you next week in the next online message. God bless.
Church is wherever you are. We are so thankful that through social media you could join us today. We want to remind you that our midweek prayer time will be next Wednesday at 7 p.m. via Zoom. Even when we are not meeting in person, our ministry keeps going. So we invite you to give your offering and tithes online. Just follow the instruction below in the description of this video.